Jack. You're watching Lights Out TV.
This is Lights Out. I'm Faisal Khan. I'm joined here by Carl Frampton. We're at the media tour in London ahead of Carl Frampton's challenge for the featherweight title against the defending champion Josh Warrington, December 22nd in the Amiens Arena. First of all, Carl, how are you doing today?
I'm feeling good, yep. Nice and chilled out.
Big fight on December 22nd. Perhaps probably the biggest fight in British boxing this year?
Potentially, yeah, it's a huge fight. Josh Warrington, obviously the IBF champion, me former IBF champion in super bantamweight, former featherweight champion, WBA at featherweight, and I'm looking to win back a title. Obviously myself and Josh both have brilliant fan bases. I think it's going to be a cracking fight, cracking atmosphere, and a good night for boxing.
First of all, how happy are you that the fight's taking place in Manchester? Would you prefer it maybe to have been in Belfast?
He's a champion, you know what I mean? The thing is, this fight is too big to put on in Belfast anywhere, unless you go outside. It's the wrong time of the year to do it. So I think we've done pretty well to have it in a somewhat neutral venue in Manchester. You know, you get from Leeds to Manchester in less than an hour, but I'd say it's still neutral enough. I know the Leeds fans aren't well liked in Manchester, but it's going to be good. He'll bring a load, I'll bring a load, and it'll be very, very atmospheric.
How highly would you rate Josh Warrington at the moment, especially after that tremendous victory he got over Lee Selby a couple of months ago in Leeds, winning the...
I rate him. I think he's a good fighter. I think if you look closely at the Selby fight, though, it's probably a little bit exaggerated in how well he actually done. I think Selby was completely dead at the weight, and that's me being honest. But he went and won the fight and done what he had to do. But he's a good fighter. But I've fought and beaten better fighters than him, and I truly believe that.
Do you think what did you make of his performance?
I thought it was
Selby. Did you expect him to perform that well on that night?
No, I still thought Selby. I knew Selby was struggling at the weight, but I still fancied him to win the fight. So, fair play to Josh for proving me and a lot of other people wrong. But I thought his tactics were spot on. And then he fought in spurts when he had the fight, and he moved around and kept his defence was pretty good as well. I think it was a pretty solid, good performance, and credit to him and his team for coming up with a game plan, and credit for Josh to sticking to it.
What type of game plan do you take into this fight? Obviously, he's world champion now, he's on a high, and we all know he likes to get into a bit of a scrap from time to time as well.
I haven't even thought about that, to be honest. I haven't started camp yet. I'll start camp on Monday. I'm training, I'm taking over at the minute. I feel like I'm in good enough shape, considering I haven't started a camp, but I start next Monday. I'll sit down with Jamie and my team, and we'll come up with a game plan that we think will win, and we'll look at that, and we'll train for that game plan in the whole lead up for the fight.
Obviously, we've got some great bouts in the British boxing this year. We've got O'Hara Davis versus Jack Cameron, and obviously we've got yourself versus Josh Warrington. Do you think this is probably the biggest fight of the year so far in terms of British boxing?
Yeah, I think so. I think if you look at Groves and Smith, which is happening next week, pretty big fight, but it's in Jeddah, which is a little bit disappointing, but I suppose the promotion goes where the money is, but I think because that isn't in the UK and it's in Jeddah, I think this is the biggest fight in UK and between two UK fighters at this point in time.
Now I know you can only take one fight at a time, but if you can get past Josh Warrington, what could we potentially see from you in 2019? Maybe a third fight with Leo Santa Cruz?
I'd love that. That's a fight I want more than any other, so I need to keep winning these fights until I get back to Leo Santa Cruz, and if I beat Josh Warrington and go into the new year as IBF champion, it kind of makes the fight with Santa Cruz even bigger. It would be a unification fight and the deciding fight in a trilogy, so potentially that is an absolutely huge fight, the biggest fight of my career, but right now I'm just focused on Josh Warrington. I need to win this, and then we look at the other guys after that, but Santa Cruz is definitely top of my list.
Another huge fight got announced last week for December 1st in America. Deontay Wilder defending his WBC title against the challenger Tyson Fury. What chances do you think Tyson Fury has of winning the WBC title, and do you think it's a fight too soon for him, or do you think he's taking it at the right time?
It's a difficult one. I think I'd have probably preferred Fury to have another fight, if I'm being honest. Obviously a long layout, but he's defied the odds before, and if he comes back and if he beats Wilder, it's one of the biggest stories in world boxing history, I think. And it may sound like a big shout, but to come back from losing, was it 8 stone, something insane like that?
Yeah.
9 stone, I think. As the lineal champion, to be stripped and then come back, have this long layout and all the problems he's had, and to come back and become a champion again, that is an absolutely huge story. So what I would say is don't write him off,
Yeah.
but it's a very difficult fight for both guys. Wilder is a serious puncher. I think the biggest puncher that Fury has ever been in with. But I'll wait a little bit closer to time before I make a prediction on the fight.
What's Tyson Fury got to do to beat Deontay Wilder?
He's got a Tyson Fury him, and that's what he does in a lot of fights. He gets inside people's heads. He's so unorthodox that he puts people off and he doesn't let them fight the how they like to fight, and he's big and he's awkward and he embarrasses people at times and riles them up. I think that's what he has to do to get inside Wilder's head first and foremost, but loads of movement. He needs to move, he can't stand still, and I think that's the key to him winning this fight.
Yeah. Just want to get your thoughts on last weekend's fight between Anthony Joshua versus Alexander Povetkin. What would you rate of Anthony Joshua's performance?
I haven't watched it yet. I was at 50 Cent with my mates, and yeah, so I haven't seen it yet, but he beat a very good fighter in Povetkin, so credit to him. But it's a fight, obviously Anthony Joshua is the biggest name in boxing at the minute, well, him or Canelo I'd say. So it's a fight that I will watch, but at this point in time I haven't seen it.
Do you expect to see the winner of Fury versus Wilder out in April the 13th at Wembley taking on Anthony Joshua?
The way some of the things that I'm hearing, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. I'm hearing that they want Wilder to sign for the fight before he fights Fury, which is insane. Doesn't make sense. I don't think it needs to be signed for that soon. I don't know. I think you're probably going to see Joshua White 2, which would be a very disappointing fight in my eyes. Good, exciting fight, but people don't want to see it. Boxing fans don't want to see it. They want to see Joshua against the winner of Fury and Wilder.
Just want to. You obviously mentioned Canelo Alvarez just a little while ago. What did you make of the decision a couple of weeks ago, Canelo Alvarez?
It was a tight fight. I think I give it to Golovkin by a couple of rounds, but it was a tight fight. I don't think it was the blatant robbery that a lot of people were making out. But I thought Golovkin won the fight. Thought he should have had his hand raised, but Canelo done well. What I remember most about that fight was just how good Canelo's chin is. You know, smaller man, naturally a smaller man. He took some big shots off Golovkin, who's a serious puncher. And I know obviously there's a lot of controversy around Canelo at the minute with the field drug test, but his chin is unbelievable. Probably the best chin in boxing at the minute, and brilliant fight. I thought Golovkin deserved it, but I don't think it was the blatant robbery that everyone's making out.
Do you expect it to be a third fight?
Nah, I don't think so. I think Golovkin getting older now. It looks like I probably imagine Canelo to fight Lamieux next. I think that fight ends when Canelo wants it to end. It's a 3 or 4 round fight, unless Canelo takes his foot off the gas and tries to draw it out a little bit, but. I don't know. I don't think so. I would love to see a third fight. I don't think it'll happen.
If Billy Joe Saunders is to beat Demetrius Andrade in a couple of weeks, would you not want to see him get in the ring?
Yeah, of course I would, but I don't think it will. I think Billy Joe was all wrong for Canelo. Not all wrong for him. It was a difficult fight, but it's a difficult fight for Canelo as well. Billy Joe was a terrific mover, brilliant boxer, lovely counter puncher, and I think that may happen at some point. But I think next it'll be an easy one for Canelo. I think it'll be Lamieux.
Okay, no problem.
Lamieux, whatever, I don't know how he says it. Sorry about that.
Well, he defeated Gary Spikes O'Sullivan, and it was a great knockout punch. I don't know if you've seen the fight.
Yeah, I've seen that, yeah.
Okay, well, fair enough. Well, listen, Carl Frampton, we just want to wish you good luck ahead of December 22nd. We hope all goes well, and thank you very much for talking to Lights Out.
Thank you.